Business plans, you could take your business plans and you could just throw them in the trash as far as I'm concerned.
First of all, can I just say that I love this guy's accent and like whole vibe, and I kind of want to be him?
Most business plans aren't even worth the ink and the paper that they were printed on. You know why? Because it's just a rah-rah, cheerleading, rose-colored glasses, piece of paper where everybody just puts on all their crazy projections and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's right. When I went to business school, that was pretty much the first thing that they taught us was when you're ready to start a business or you think you are, make sure that you write a great big business plan, spend all sorts of time doing research on the market and the projections and the financials and make all these stories and everything else. It was nonsense. All the forecasting in the world outside of like a couple of months in advance of where you are right now doesn't mean anything until you've actually gotten into the marketplace to actually figure out what's going on. Maybe back in the day, it was actually a low risk strategy. You spend more time planning and then you don't have to spend a whole lot of time out there in the world actually doing stuff. And the risk is lower because you've done all that planning ahead of time. It's not that way anymore. Get a good concept, articulate it, and then get it out into the market and start validating it as soon as you possibly can. The old-fashioned way of doing things was that you made this great big business plan, then you went out and raised a bunch of money, then you went out and spent a lot of money on a product, and then you figured out whether the market actually wanted what you had in mind. It doesn't work that way. I've seen plenty of companies go out there with this model. They get a great big beautiful product out into the marketplace, and nobody wants it. I've even seen people who actually build products that actually work and do a great job and solve a problem, but they can't figure out how to sell it, which is actually more important in the long run than whether your product is actually successful at solving the problem it's designed to solve. These days, marketing your idea and figuring out how to get it into the hands of the people who might want it is actually much cheaper than it ever was before. The technology has made social media and online advertising so inexpensive that it's actually easier to validate your product than to plan for it in the first place. Why not put the hardest thing first? In other words, invert the whole model. It's no longer plan, build, sell. It should be sell, build, plan. If anything, the fact that 90% of all startups that follow this plan fail should be pretty clear and present evidence that it's a terrible idea. So let's do it the other way. Let's get it off the ground. And like my buddy Larry and I agree on completely,
And our rates of business success will go through the roof.